Hi friends, welcome to my channel. My name is Juan. I am a yarn addict, hence the name Juan the Yarn Addict. And I want to thank each and every one of you guys for stopping by to check out my video today. This is a yarn and crochet channel where we talk about all things yarn and all things crochet, so if that interests you, please consider subscribing to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button, and then of course hit that notification bell to stay updated with everything regarding me and my channel. Today, my friends, we are having a podcast. This is another episode of Yarn Talk and All the Things. And all the things is right. There's a full run of the gambit of things that I want to share with you guys. It feels like it's been forever since our last podcast, but it really hasn't. It's just so much has gone on. So I'll give you a brief rundown of what today's podcast is going to be about, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. So first, we're going to have coffee talk. Then we're going to talk about what's on Matt's head. Then we're going to talk about Premier Yarns. We're going to talk the Winter Stitch 2024 Crochet Along. We're going to talk about my vacation. Then we're going to talk about some yarn buys between Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and Joann's. And I'll show you some yarns. And then last but certainly not least, I'm going to share some Happy Mail with you guys. So, let me go ahead and get my situation situated, and I will be right back. 1 second. Okay, friends, so first and foremost, coffee talk. So I have my mug here. It's a plain mug today, nothing special, but it's got a very important thing inside, which is coffee. So it is one of my favorite drinks. And so you guys are well aware at this point that you are able to leave me comments on my coffee link. And so what I do is I go ahead and share those comments with everyone on the YouTube streets. And so without further ado, I'm going to share 3 comments like always. So the first one comes to us from Jean P. Jean P says, "Thank you for your commitment and the abundance of time you give to all of us Yarny Peeps in this fiber community." Well, thank you so much for the comment. I don't think many people know. Maybe they do, but I'm not sure. I don't want to speculate. But creating content takes time. It is time consuming, but well worth it if it's received well. So I'm fortunate because many of you guys are receiving my content in a positive way, and I am here for it. So thank you so much, Jean P, and thank you all of you guys actually who positively reinforce what it is that I share with you guys. So thank you. The next comment here comes to us from Sherry. So Sherry says, "Thank you for all the spin beanies. I'm addicted. I'm making heavy-duty hats for my son and his wife because they are moving to South Dakota this spring." So that's cool. I'm glad that the spin wheel beanies are resonating with people. I have put a few out on my channel, and I continue to plan future ones, including the one that Matt's wearing, which I'll get into in a minute. But yes, that is very much a thing on my channel. We spin the wheel for beanies. It keeps it interesting, friends. I mean, yeah, it's great to come to the channel with a pre-planned design, but it's also nice to share that experience with you guys, like the design process, like what is that like to get this stitch with this stitch and all the things. So for me, that's the fun part of it, like not knowing what stitches we're walking into and creating something that people will want to remake. And so far I've been, again, very fortunate because in my Facebook group I'm seeing them every day and I'm here for it. I love it. So special shout out to my Facebook group who follows all of my crochet alongs and the spin the wheel beanies, and also to you, Sherry, for shouting out my spin beanies. So that's totally awesome. So thank you so much for that. The third one here comes to us from someone. So for those of you guys who aren't aware of like what someone is, if you don't want to leave your name and you want to remain anonymous, you have the option of leaving a message as someone. So someone writes, "You truly brighten my day. By your definition, I realize I am a yarn addict as well. No 12-step program for us. We wouldn't want one anyway. Thank you for being you, for taking the time and creating such a great channel. I love this community. I got one for you and one for Mom as well. Cups of coffee. By the way, I didn't know they made sugar-free creamer. I'm diabetic too, and I'm excited to try it out." So, first, thank you for getting me and my mother a cup of coffee. I know she's going to appreciate that. And secondly, yes, no 12-step program for us. once a yarn addict, you will always be a yarn addict. There's just no way to snap out of it. There are different types of yarn addicts, though. You have yarn buyer yarn addicts, and then you have yarn maker yarn addicts. And sometimes, if you're lucky, you turn out to be both. So, yeah, I'm lucky. I'm the addict of both. I love crocheting, I love keeping my hands busy, and I also love buying yarn. Wherever, however, it doesn't matter. You know, if it's on sale and I think it's a deal, I'm probably going to buy it. Just saying. Unless it's a new to me yarn that my enablers are showing me. I do have some on YouTube who enable me. They'll show me a cake or a skein or a ball, and I'm like, I have to have that now because I haven't tried that. So yes, I also have an enabler. Actually, I have a couple, but one in particular, and she knows who she is. So anyway, yeah, there's that. Thank you guys so much for the comments. I really appreciate that. It's definitely a positive reinforcement for me. It's just part of what keeps me going. The other part really is all of the positive reinforcement that I get on all of the other social media platforms, including YouTube. So like, I read all of the comments. If you guys watch my videos and you look into the comments, you see that I interact with just about every single person that leaves me comments, time permitting. So yeah, regardless, I will find your comment, and you know, good, bad, or in between, I will interact with you guys. So there's that. The next thing on our list is Matt. What is Matt wearing? So Matt is wearing my latest creation. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop this off of his head. Sorry, Matt. By the way, if you're just happening upon my channel for the first time, this is Matt. Matt is named M.A.T.T. So his name actually has a meaning. Makes all the things. So when I make all the things, it goes on Matt's head. So that's what Matt means. Makes all the things. And this time, he is wearing my X marks the spot beanie. And it's got a ribbed crown. And I used Premier Puzzle for this beanie, and the colorway is Hangman. Love that for me. Let me try it on. I know it doesn't go with this, but that's okay. Just going to show you what this looks like on my head. Look at that, guys. You know what I mean? X marks the spot. So my head is bigger than Matt's. So when I put it on Matt's head, it looks like a slouchy beanie, which that's okay. We like that for him. We like that for him. See? He's rocking the slouch. There you go. So anyway, X marks the spot is a beanie that I created for Premier Puzzle. Actually, I am an affiliate, for those of you guys who are not aware. I love Premier Yarns. I love their products. I've talked about Premier Puzzle specifically way long before I even had a channel. I tell people that, you know, it's taken me a very long time to collect the 35 colorways of Premier Puzzle, but yes, I do have them. Some more than others. I want to say about a good 12 to 15 of them I have a lot of. And that's because they're sold in the big box stores. The ones that are not sold in big box stores, I get from places like Office Supply, Premier Yarns, when they're in stock, you know, wherever I can get my hands on it, I obtain what I can get to complete my collection. So, my collection consists of 35 colorways of Premier Puzzle, 12 colorways of the Puzzle Cotton, and 8 colorways of the Premier Puzzle Shimmer. So that's what I have in my collection. I will tell you, as of right now, as of the date of this video, which I think it is the 23rd or the 24th, I can't remember, Premier.com currently has 34 of the 35 colorways of Premier Puzzle available. So, I think it's Kickball. Kickball is the one that's out of stock as of right now, but I'm sure they're going to restock and have that readily available for all of the customers. So, because I'm an affiliate, I do have a link on my channel. It doesn't cost you anything to use it, and I get a kickback for whenever you do use it, and I dump it right into the channel for giveaways on my Sunday lives. So, please, if you decide to shop Premier Yarns and you're on my channel, feel free to use the link. So, I am going to show you some of the ones that I do have here that I have used for this particular tutorial. I have the tutorial for this already on my channel. It's not turned on yet. I'm trying to space it out because I want to make sure that I have enough of Premiere related like tutorials and things to span throughout the promotion. So the promotion will run until January the 29th. And so this is just one of several projects that I have ready to go. So this tutorial here I did as a double layer situation. So what I did was I went to my stash and I pulled out all of my Premiere puzzle that I had excess inventory of, and I brought it to the studio. And what I did was I labeled the wheel with all of the different colorways that I had in the studio. We spun and we wound up with Hangman. And then I put stitches on the wheel, and then we spun for the stitches, and that's what we wound up with. And as I was making it, I'm like, X marks the spot. And the reason why I named it that was because we were doing the double V stitch going into the crosses. Double V's going into the crosses. And as I was doing it, X marks the spot on where the stitch goes. And I said, this is perfect. X marks the spot. Premiere puzzle, Hangman, it's a game. X marks the spot. It's like a game-oriented, name. So I thought it would be perfect. And guess what? If anyone decided to follow the tutorial and use another colorway of Premiere Puzzle, it would still follow suit. So it's not related to the actual Hangman, and it's not related to the color. So it ties into literally any kind of yarn that you decide to choose from Premiere. So there's that. Yeah. So that tutorial will be rolling out soon. Again, I just wanted to space it out so that, I can show things. And so there's that. Okay. So the next thing I want to talk about is my Winter Stitch Crochet Along. Actually, let me rewind. I don't want to talk about that yet. I want to show you my Premiere yarns. I have them here. I've been staring at them the whole entire time. So here are the ones that I have in bulk. And the other projects that I have rolling out involve these yarns right here. So I have Domino, which is like a teal green. The light is just not picking it up the correct way, I guess. Domino. And then we have Jigsaw here. It's got the blues, the taupes, and the browns, and the grays. And then we have a cross stick. This makes a great baby blanket, among other things, but yeah. And let me put that there. And then, of course, we have Hangman. And then we have Maze. Sorry about the leaker. I have leakers in my house too. And then we have Crossword. And then we have Riddle. And then we have Checker. Another leaker. Sorry, guys. And then we have Backgammon. And then we have Jack's Shimmer. And then we have Checker's Shimmer. And then we have the Cotton in Canyon. When this first came out, it was $9.99, I believe. I was so excited that Puzzle had cotton instead of acrylic that I bought like 14 of these. Just this colorway, 14. Not including the other ones that I bought. I was just so excited. It's a 4-weight yarn. And I was like, what? A 4-weight puzzle yarn from Premiere? Are you kidding me? What? No way. I have to have all of them. So that's what I did. yeah, I kind of went bonkers and I went and bought all the things. So yeah, they recommend a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, a US I9. It's a 4-weight yarn. It is a true 4-weight yarn. I love the texture. I love the feel of this. It's like a twisted yarn. So nice. I highly recommend it. Anyway, Premier.com has a 20% off sale going on right now until January 29th on all of their puzzle yarns. If you know me or anything about my channel regarding Premier Puzzle, you know I love Premier Puzzle. I talk about it all the time. I've done many projects with Premier Puzzle, and this is a great opportunity for me to showcase some of those projects with you guys and encourage you guys to at least check out the website and look at all the different colorways they have. They have 35 colorways of Premier Puzzle. They have 12 colorways of Puzzle Cotton, and they have 8 colorways of the Shimmer. Feel free to check all that out. So I do know that the Puzzle and the Puzzle Shimmer, these are on sale right now for $6.39. And the cotton is on sale right now for $7.19. A deal and a steal, guys. You can't find this in big box stores, and you're not going to find it any cheaper than $7.19 right now. So it's so good. 349 yards of this. So please check that out if you're interested, if you like the variegated yarns and all the things. So people ask me, like, why do you like puzzle yarn so much? First of all, I love Premier Puzzle yarns because it's challenging. Like, for me, it's not just about buying the yarn to make something with. I look at the different colors that are in the actual skein, and I'm like, what colors can I use to complement the combination? So you have primary colors, secondary colors, tertiary colors. Like, what colors could I use 5-weight to tie in with this? You know, so I go to the Premier website and I go to their Basics Chunky line and I look at all the different colorways there and I just match. And I'm like, okay, well, this colorway works with these 3 different color ways of puzzle. Some of them, not so much. But yeah, that's the fun for me. I just love being challenged by colors. So on top of that, I also just love the actual product. I love the yarn. I love, how consistent it is. I will tell you, I don't have one readily available, but I do have some competitors' puzzle, like Michael's and Ice. And the one thing that I can say about the competitors is, for Michael's, their puzzle-esque type yarn, the yardage is not the same. It's 239 yards for more money than you would pay for this. $8.99 is what you would pay for that for less yardage. You're getting more yardage here at a lower price. And then for Ice yarns, while the price is very good, the product is inconsistent. It's giving me different thicknesses throughout. So when I purchased, it was Puzzle Wool Worsted, it had different thicknesses throughout, so it was inconsistent. And I knew that, and I still enjoyed working with it. But when you bump it up against Premier Puzzle, it's not the same. Premier Puzzle yarns are very consistent in thickness for the most part. I want to say 9 times out of 10, you're getting a consistent thickness with Premier Puzzle yarns in comparison to Ice yarns. Okay? So anyway, that is my passion. I love Premier Puzzle for those reasons. And if they decided to come out with more colorways, you better believe I would be on that, reviewing that on my channel, because I love these yarns. Okay? So, there's that. I've shown my yarn. I've shown my puzzle. So, there we go. All right. So, the next thing I want to talk about is my vacation. So, you may not know this. Maybe you do. I've been on vacation. So I decided to take a week off last minute because I just needed to press a reset button. When you work multiple jobs and you're trying to put out content, you just need a moment to just breathe and just reset. While I didn't get the full reset that I needed, I definitely got the break that I wanted. So I definitely appreciate the opportunity to be able to do that. Um, I decided halfway through my vacation that I needed to get out of Delaware and go see some of my Yarny friends on the YouTube streets. So I went ahead and called up Nancy over at She's Got Yarn, and I said, "Hey, I'm looking to get out of Delaware. You free?" And she said, "Yeah, sure." So we set up a time, and I said, "Can you bring Lynn Ann from Nina's Knots? Because I know she's in Florida too. And I know you guys hang out every now and then or whatever." And she was like, "Yeah, let me reach out to her." And before I knew it, I had a whole thing booked and I was on a flight to Florida. So I landed in Orlando, and I drove north, they drove south, we met in the middle, we did all the shopping, we went to lunch. Many hours later, many bags later, we called it a night and parted ways, and it was an amazing experience. I did not take pictures or video because, one, I just wanted to enjoy the experience, you know. I just feel like, well, one, I knew Nancy was going to record something, you know. Um, so I knew we had that in tow. And so if I ever wanted to see that experience, I could just go to her channel. And secondly, like, I just wanted to live in the moment, just to reach out to my Yarny friends and be like, "Hey, I'm here, you know, let's be friends, not just virtually, but in person. Let's go break bread, let's go talk yarn and all the things." And we had such a great time. It was amazing. Like, we went from store to store to store. Some stores were a bust, some stores were great. At the end of the night, though, we had more yarn than we actually needed, but it was so much fun. Nancy graciously did me a huge favor and she mailed up the yarn because I bought more than I was allowed to bring with me on the plane. So special thank you to Nancy over at She's Got Yarn for making sure that my yarn gets to me in one piece. So thank you, Nancy. And special shout out to Linan for just being an awesome person. Like, she's totally cool to hang out with, like Nancy. We talked about all the things, and yeah, so I definitely made some friends, some permanent friends in the Yarnity community beyond the virtual, you know, and that's something that I want to do this year. Like, behind the scenes, like, one of the things that I said to myself was, and I can say it now because it actually happened, was I wanted to make physical friends, like, with the people that I interact with on YouTube, content creator wise. There's some amazing people in our community, and I want to reach out and touch them. Like, I want to hang out with them. I want to tap into their brain and, you know, talk about all the things yarn and crochet related, sometimes knit, you know, amigurumi, and, you know, all the things, Tunisian. So, you know, that's my goal for this year, and Nancy and Linan helped kick that off. So again, I'm super excited. I will be reaching out to some of you content creators out there to see if you're interested in meeting up to do some shopping, to talk all things yarn, and just do all the things. I'm super excited about that, and I think we need more of that in our community, to just bring us together, you know, more so than now. So yeah, that was my vacation, and if I could do it 1,000 times over, my friends, I totally would, but I can't. So until next time, you know what I mean? So the next thing that I want to share with you guys is my yarn haul, partly what I was able to bring and partly what I bought shortly after coming back. So let me go ahead and get rid of all this puzzle and then set up all of the other yarns. So I'll be right back. For you, it'll be 1 second. For me, it'll be a little bit longer than that. So I'll be right back. Okay, friends, so I am back, and I have all the yarn here in front of me, partly what I was able to bring and partly what I bought shortly after arriving. So I will show you what I bought after I got back to Delaware. So after I got off the plane, I did not come straight home. I went right to Michael's, and I'm like, I need to buy some yarn. I sat on that plane entirely too long. For some reason, they made us wait before takeoff. I don't know. Anyway, I wanted some retail therapy, and so I went to Michael's. I knew that I was not getting yarn, but I had like 50 or $55 in those rewards coupons just sitting there, and I keep getting these notifications that like they're going to expire if I don't use them. So I went ahead and used some. So actually I only bought this one thing from Michaels. I bought a Yarn Swift. So I have one. I've been using it. I love it. I reached out to Crystal, I believe, over at Bag a Day, and asked way back when if she could recommend a Yarn Swift, and she did, and I went ahead and bought it, and I love it. It's amazing. But I wanted to compare the one I have to some of the other ones that are out there in the market. So I figured, why not start here at Michael's? Because out of Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and Michael's is the only place that I can find this in store. So I said, okay, well, let's do this. And my friends, I didn't pay anything for this. I used my rewards points. Regular price was $32.99. I went ahead and put the coupon in for 20% off all regular purchases, and it came out to be $26.39. And I used all of my rewards for it. So I don't think it allowed me to use the odd. So I paid $1.39 because Delaware, we don't have sales tax. So yeah, $25 was the rewards, and then $1.39 was the balance, and that's what I paid for this. So I'm going to be doing a review between this one and the one that I have. So look for that content coming up. Now that I have Hank's, I need to know the differences between them, and what kind of yarn channel would I be if I didn't at least pique my curiosity. So I'm curious, and let's figure out all the things. So yeah, got the Yarn Swift. All right, and so that's literally all I bought at Michael's. I just needed to buy something. I don't know why, but I did, and I felt better afterwards. So then I went home and unpacked all the things. So while I was in Florida, this was what I was able to bring back. Somehow I managed to stuff it in my luggage with all the other things, and I don't know how I was able to do that considering the bag that I bought. So one of the stops we made was Walmart, and I bought this bag specifically for the yarn, and believe it or not much fit in here, all things considered, but I'm grateful that I got it. It was $45 for this bag. It was so overpriced. I'm like, and after I bought it, I said, Nancy, this bag was like $44. She's like, what? We need to go back and return it. I'm like, no, we're not doing that. Let's just go. So yeah, $44. She was like, well, you should return that when you get home. I'm like, no, I'm not that person. Although I was tempted. I really was. But anyway, it was something that I could take my yarn home in, so I was good. Anyway, what I managed to stuff in that bag was this. So first, I will share with you what I got at Joann's. So I started working on a project, and I showcased this on my channel. The colorway is Ground. And I spoke about wanting to make like a scarf and wearing like a black t-shirt, a leather jacket, boots, and all the things. So I started working with it, and I'm not going to show you guys now until I get further along. It's coming along quite well, to be honest with you. And so much so that I needed more. So while I was in Florida, I saw that they had this on the shelf. Well, here in Delaware, they didn't have it. So I saw this, and I'm like, I have to get it. So I got it. I bought 6 skeins. And guys, I did something, it was a rookie mistake. I did not check the lot numbers. So, although I bought 6 skeins, the 2 on this side here are a different lot, and you can clearly see the difference between these 2 versus these 4. So, my bad. Those 2 that are a different lot are going to have to sit off to the side, and I'll have to work with these. So as I mentioned before, I mean, the colorway is Ground. It's so good. So I'll let you look at that close up. It's so awesome. It's 180 yards. It's 3.5 ounces, 100 grams, 165 meters. It's 100% cotton, and it's machine washable and dryable. It's so nice. I love this colorway. For it not having purple in it, I really enjoy this. Love that. So I bought that at Joann's, and then we went to Michael's down there, and full disclosure, we went to several Michael's stores. Some stores were a bust, as I mentioned, but others had plenty. And so here is the plenty. I said to myself, I can leave the rest, but this has to come with me. So 3 skeins of this scarfie here, in the colorway cream black. Love this. Love that. Okay. So there's that. And then this colorway here, excuse me guys, I'm bending down to grab this. Okay. Is this not the most beautiful, beautiful scarfie you've ever seen in your whole entire life? Are you kidding me? Now, they don't call this purple, they call this magenta. Charcoal magenta, it doesn't matter what they call it. They can call it whatever they want. To me, this is the purple that I'm living for today. I enjoy that right there. Now, my very first video, the one with me awkwardly welcoming everyone to my brand new channel, I showcased a scarf using this very yarn. Okay? Now, I made that without planning anything. Like, I didn't write anything down. I literally just made it for myself because that's what I wanted. And so what I'm going to do now is recreate that scarf and share it with the world, because I always get compliments on that scarf. I don't know why, but people love that scarf. And yeah, it might actually do better than my popcorn truffle scarf once people see it as I'm creating it. Right now, I'm almost at 200,000 views on the popcorn truffle scarf, and this could potentially get right up there with it. So I'm looking forward to making something with this. Actually, not something. I'm recreating that scarf from my very first video. So this already has it spoken for. So fingers crossed that it's received just as well as my popcorn truffle scarf, because everyone in real time here in Delaware and abroad that has seen it in person wants to touch it. They're like, can you make me one? And I'm like, no. I'm kidding. In my mind, though, I'd love to say, no, I'm not making you one. But I'm always like, when I have time, I'll get to it. But I never have time, so I never get to it. So anyway, I say all that to say I do have projects down the pipeline, things that I want to do, like recreating my very first scarf. People call it the grape popcorn. I don't know all these names, but we're going to come up with a proper name for that scarf once it's recreated and done correctly 100% all the way. And it's going to be all the things, guys. It's going to be all the things, I promise you. Love that for me, for us, and all the things. Okay, enough with all the things. So after Michael's, we went to Hobby Lobby. And we went to we went to a few Hobby Lobby stores, and yeah, I made out pretty good, in my honest opinion. Thanks to Nancy and Lynette. Like, they really helped me match yarn, and I'm usually really good at this, but they helped me figure out with what they had, what would work with what I bought. So let me just get this one skein right out of the way. So I bought 2 skeins like this. One, this is called Ocean. It's like a mint color. I bought another one that I featured on my stitch tutorial, on the squares for the Mystery Cal for week 3. It's called Mixed Berry. It's another shade of purple. So I bought that skein and this skein for that. Listen, say what you want about Hobby Lobby. I am a yarn channel, and it is my job my duty to review all yarn, regardless of where it comes from, because regardless of what I think or feel about anything or anyone, I have people that watch me that shop there. And so I have to be impartial and unbiased. So as a content creator of yarn, I will shop all the places that sell it, because I am here totally inclusive and I don't separate or isolate anyone for any reason. So I say all that to say that I enjoy this yarn. Look how nice and tightly wound that is. It's very nice. When you work it up, it's very squishy. It's nice yarn. I mean, I have to hand it to I love this yarn. It's very nice. It actually is better than my Loops and Threads Soft Classic. I will tell you that many content creators have ranked yarn, and they have ranked this yarn over my Loops and Threads many times. Now listen, I am a Loops and Threads stan. I love my Loops and Threads through and through because it's a steal and a deal. This is expensive. So it's $4.99 per skein, and every other week it goes 30% off. So even with 30% off, it brings it down to $3.49 a skein, roughly, right? When my Loops and Threads goes on sale, it's $3 a skein. And you get more yardage, and it's thicker, and all the things. But the quality for what you're paying for, you're getting what you're paying for with this, okay? But, you know, even though this is nice, I'm still a Loops and Threads stan. But I have to call it when I see it, guys. This is a nice yarn. It's nice and thick. They have plenty of colors and all that. So, yeah, I'm shopping Hobby Lobby because I'm a yarn channel and I like it. All right, so the next yarn that I got from Hobby Lobby is Yarn Bee Authentic Hand Dyed. So I got these and these. So I got 3 of these. And the colorway here is, let's see, Stonework. So it's giving us the grays and the aubergine and the cream is like a flecky cream. Honestly, I got it because of the aubergine. I mean, it's giving me that little touch. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just enough. And so I got these, right? And I was talking to Nancy and Lynette, and I was like, Lynette, I'm sorry. I was like, I don't typically work with yarn this thin. Okay, so let me talk specs. One for you, one for me. We're going to do that right now. I'll do, how do I get all of this in here? Let's do that. Okay, so it is 3.5 ounces at 100 grams. It's 400 yards at 365 meters. It's 100% superwash merino wool. The recommended hook size is a 3mm crochet hook. And it is, let me see. I want to say it is a 2/8. I'm looking to see if I can find... No, it's a 1/8. Super fine. So it's a 1/8 yarn. I don't ever work with yarns this thin, right? So I saw it and I fell in love with the colorway, and I was like, Nancy, I need help. Lynanne, I need help. They were like, with what? And I said, well, I need to tie yarns. I need to run yarn with this because I love this, but I'm not going to get it if this is all I can work with. You know what I mean? So they went ahead and helped me match some yarns. And they did an amazing job, okay? So the first colorway they helped me choose was this one. So this here is the Soft and Sleek Low Pill Fiber. It's 232 yards at 5 ounces. It's super nice, guys. It feels amazing. The recommended hook size is a 5mm, a 6mm crochet hook, a J, a US letter J. Yeah, 100% low pill acrylic, and yeah. So I said, 6mm crochet hook is right in my wheelhouse. It's actually my favorite hook to use. So I can run this super fine weight yarn with this and still use my 6mm crochet hook. So that is my intentions, right? But, you know, we had to add variety to the situation. So we went ahead and got this colorway right here, which is silver gray, to run with it as well, because there are specks and spots of gray, obviously, right? It's not an exact match, but it is a complementary color per se. Like, there are spots throughout the skein that it's in fact light gray, you know, so it's not tit for tat, but it's there. So I got 2 skeins of the French lilac and 2 skeins of the silver. Is it silver gray or silver? Silver gray. Okay, so this is what I'm working with. The ball band busted here, but yeah. So those 4 and then those 3. I'm super excited to work with this because I'm loving the purple and the gray. It's just right in my wheelhouse. I love these combinations of colors. This is so nice. Several times I've featured on my channel how much I love like charcoal gray, and I talk about charcoal gray and gray in general a lot because I really like gray. And we have the aubergine and the cream. It's just so good, guys. I love it. And I wish more stores carried, big box stores, I wish they carried hanks like this. Unfortunately, Hobby Lobby is the only one that carries hanks with the variety that they have. I like variety. You know, if more stores carried the hanks, it would be nice to compare and contrast. But as of right now, I can only find it at Hobby Lobby. So, yeah, there's that. And I also want to add that Linan, while I was there, got me a nice little gift. So it's not hoarding if it's yarn, and it's 2-sided. Super nice. And inside, she got me a sticker for my car. A holographic yarn heart with a crochet needle, which I think is amazing. Love that. And then she also got me some charms. Is that what that is? Charms? Yeah, it says keep calm and carry yarn. So I think this is for knitting. They wear it around their neck. I don't know. I'm going to have to ask her about that. Interesting. Okay. So yeah. Thank you, Linan. Love that. So cool. Okay. So I do want to talk about my crochet along very quickly. There's been a lot of questions, comments, or concerns regarding the stitch that came up for week 3. More specifically, I'm just going to show you guys this now to get it out of the way. So there have been multiple comments about the blue stitch here. It came up on the wheel as a double V stitch, okay? And I remember mentioning several times that I will not present something on my channel that I haven't checked and got a reference for first, okay? So while we're human and we make mistakes, sometimes we don't make a mistake. It's actually correct. So this here, my friends, is a double V stitch, okay? And some people say it's just a V stitch, Juan. And so I say false. So I will show you the book that I got it out of, the Crochet Stitch Dictionary. If you have the book, turn to page 48. It's stitch number 29, okay? So it's called the double V stitch, all right? And while I can't give you the directions, I guess, I can show you, see what that looks like? Okay, so twins in a stitch, the double V stitch. Okay, and so when I drew it on the wheel, I drew 2 V's, double V. And I couldn't figure out any other way to write it. So that's what that was. So many of you guys were like, no, that's just a V stitch. And all the keyboard warriors, sorry guys, you're false, you're wrong. I pulled from a book, double V, Again, page 48, number 29 of this book. Okay? And so the stitch that I used is correct. And I have been seeing some comments come across the videos for week 3 blanket, and I've been removing them, especially if they weren't positive. So I just want to make a quick public service announcement for those of you guys who have been leaving those messages that I'm just removing it, guys. Like, my channel is a positive place, okay? I do not facilitate or encourage negativity of any kind. So if you're going to leave comments on my channel anywhere, whether it be my Facebook group or under my videos, just know if it's negative, it's getting removed. I do not like anything negative left on my channel. I'm not a negative person. I don't want anything negative on my channel. Okay, so it will be removed if I see it. If you want to share something with me about something that may be wrong, feel free to email me, and then we can create dialogue that way. But blasting it on social media like it's been going just isn't going to work for me. And it shouldn't work for you either, because we're a positive community, guys. We need to remain positive, okay? So, again, just reinforcing what I just said, keep it positive or it's coming off my channel, okay? I don't want any negativity. And, you know, I made the correction for you guys. You know, I wasn't wrong. Double V is what I had on the wheel, and that's what I gave on the tutorial, okay? So, let me place you guys on a brief hold, and we will do some Happy Mail. 1 second. Okay, friends, so I am back. I have some other Happy Mail, but for today, I'll just open up 2, okay? So this first one here comes to me from my other sister from another mister, Michaela, otherwise known as Mishy. So she has a channel here on the channel. It's Mishy's Crochet Nook. Really good friend. She's been there since day one. Friend of the channel, friend of mine. And I know what this is, but I just wanted to just put it out there that, like, the friendships that I'm establishing with people out there, it's just absolutely amazing. But I'm blessed and I'm thankful that I'm meeting people like Mishy, because it really does help. Getting through all the things, you know, having a channel, running the channel, creating content, getting the feedback, you know, all that. Just having people like her just makes this experience so much better. Anyway, so she sends me this, and yeah, let me go ahead and open this. Let me just, here we go. I love the bubble mailer too. So wow, I'm sorry, she sends me a Happy New Year card, and it's all in German, which I absolutely love. Ich hoffe, es geht dir alles Mama gut. Entschuldige meine Handschrift. Excuse your handwriting. Dies nicht das von Liebling. Your space mit einem neuen Frills Hook J, dass du häkeln wirst. Ich drücke dich ganz fest. Thank you so much, Missy. I really appreciate that. And so, my friends, she sends to me a J hook. I'm sorry, I had to read that. Real time situation happening here. So, full disclosure, oh, this is beautiful. So, she sends me an Odyssey, a Frills Odyssey, in the letter J. Isn't that beautiful? It's everything. Wow. So, here's the story behind this. So, she sent me a while ago a 5.5mm Odyssey, letter I. Love it. All the things. So on one of my videos, I mentioned that I am on eBay looking for the J, but I keep getting outbid for some reason. Always outbid. I can never bid in time. Anyway, she's like, don't worry, I got you. I'm like, what? What do you mean? It's totally fine. I'm good. She's like, no, I got you. And yes, so she sends me this because she wants to, out of the kindness of her heart. And yeah, I said this before and I'm going to say it again. Like, I treasure what people give me. I don't give these things away. I do know people who regift. I am not one of those people. Once it lands in my laps, that's it. That's where it stays. So thank you so much, Mishi. I really appreciate that. And thank you so much for the card. I can't wait to give this to my mom to read. I should have her read it on the live just to get the reaction, because I think that she's really going to like that. Anyway, thank you so much, Mishi. I really appreciate it. This next one comes to us from Miss Connie. So, Miss Connie sends me happy mail. Let me go ahead and open this. She's a friend of the channel. Love that for me. Love that she watches my content and enjoys it. Thank you so much, Connie, for the happy mail. Ooh, look at this. I don't know what it is, but it looks interesting. Okay. So inside the bubble mailer is an envelope here. I don't know what's in it. And inside this is this. Let's see. Oh, isn't that sweet? It says, I find you quite riveting. I love this. Miss Connie, I love that. I find you quite riveting. That's going to go right up here next to my octopus. Thank you so much. And then I got a card here that says, you are next level amazing. Thank you. It says, Dear Juan, I work in a gift shop and thought of you when I saw this. I hope it makes frogging more fun. You truly are amazing, energetic, creative, funny, inspiring, and all the things. Thanks for sharing your talents with us. Your friend, Connie. Thank you so much, Connie. I really appreciate that. I find you quite riveting. The small things, I'm telling you, it's amazing. So thank you, Connie. Thank you, Mishi. And thank you to the coffee folks who sent me coffee. Thank you to everyone who's like keeping everything positive. I really appreciate that. I can't tell you how much that means to me, that we remain positive and we stay in a positive mind frame in our Yarny community. So that is all I have today. If you enjoyed today's content, guys, like I said in the beginning, hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and then of course, hit that notification bell. I go live on Sundays and we talk about all the things. Sometimes I bring mom on, sometimes it's just me, but we always have a good time. So that is all I have for today, my friends. Until the next one, take care. Bye-bye.